Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the village of Aurelia in the lands of Thea, which are apparently awakening. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and we are the village of Aurelia, and we have the Westward Hoes who are currently resting up to heal one of our dear party members, Hannah C., who was beat up a bit. But she's back to full strength, so we're going to get going again. We have since gathered some mushrooms and a very small amount of string, and Lion is using a wooden sword. Well, he will be the first recipient of our golden club that we started making in the previous episode. Also in the previous episode, we made a pasture. So we should hopefully be attracting human settlers to our village, although what I really want, and I need some really high-end materials for this, but I really want non-human settlers because they are cool. I'm racist, you see, against humans. Okay, let's go check out the cosmic tree. Meanwhile, I think Aurelia is okay. We continue to make cooked greens, although we are slowly running out of seaweed. And we just are making the one scepter, which is almost done. And then we can have Nazoth maybe make more gathering tools with the string, or not the string, but the wicker or whatnot we brought back. The straw. That's right, the straw. Okay. So, man, I thought one of the bonuses you get from having Morena to level 1 is that your research gets a bonus, but I feel like our research is moving really, really slow. Like, I feel like making the cooked food and the scepter should have boosted us to the next level of research, and I'm kind of bummed out that it hasn't done that. Alright, so now I said what? More crafting tools? So let's start with the straw. Scaled leather. What does that do for us? So that increases gathering by 2. Regular leather by 1. String by 1. I really want to use scaled leather for armor, though. But, I mean, I could use 4 of them, I guess, to gain a little bit of extra gathering. Nazoth. Alright, we'll do that. And you guys, we're gonna go to the cosmic tree.
You find the skeletal remains of a person, most likely an elf, as the bones have a slight silver tinge and are much lighter than any other humanoid bones you know. On the body, you discover a scroll that unrolls as soon as you touch it. There is a smell of burning wood in the air, and the scroll itself seems to be warm to the touch.
Man, you can make anything sound good if you have a guy with a British accent read it. I bet you my channel would have twice as many subscribers if I had a British accent, which is why you see so many people on YouTube with British accents. I mean, think about it. The relative prevalence of British accents on YouTube is far higher than in the world at large. I mean, think about it. How many British people are there really in the world compared to the vastness of humanity? Not very many, but it's like 1 out of every 2 YouTube LPers has a British accent. Think about it. Anyway, skeletal? I don't know if that's right, but this is funny. Now we could just throw the scroll away. Like, screw it. To heck with the scroll. Which, I don't know what that'll do, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to read the scroll.
And so the cosmic tree stood in flames, and with it the world burned alike. For as the canopy burned, so did the skies turn red, and the heavens were no more. As the core burned, the earth scorched, fields turned to ash, and Thea became a wasteland. Finally, as the roots burned, so did the gates to the underworld, and thus the souls of the dead could find no refuge, no peace, no purpose. You see some notes scribbled on the side of the scroll.
Okay, wow. Rough times. Rough times befell Thea.
Note 1 is written in a beautiful style, impeccable, neat, and very distinct. It reads, "And so our duty failed. Did we fail our charges? Did we abandon them too soon? Or were we never supposed to do so in the first place? Should we have guarded the sacred pillars more vigorously? I must go to the Evergreen Grove and find answers. Signed, Alicia Silveroak, Scholar of the Age of Thunderer, Keeper of the Knowledge, last of the Sacred Guardians. There is an old map with the grove marked upon it. It won't be easy to follow after all this time, but you do recognize some landmarks. There are also 5 pieces of silver tree bark which emanate with strange power. Note 2 is clearly scribbled in a hurry by an unknown author. The elves seek to diminish our work. No surprise there. I must get to this grove before they can meddle with mankind again. The Sage Tower should give me some clues as to how to stop the elves. The darkness is a side effect for sure, but I'll be damned if I let the magic rule man again. The rest of the notes are too damaged to read.
Okay, so in case you're not perfectly following this, the situation is that the world used to be, super magical and ruled by magic, and the humans were like, this sucks, because we don't have magic and all the other people do, and that's a problem. So they got together to get rid of magic and kind of do that. I think they tried to, don't quote me on this, we'll find out later in the series, but they tried to kill the gods or get rid of the gods or something, which led to this horrible age of calamity where the world just went to shit, basically, and now that's where we are. So one of the things that you have to figure out in this game is your village going to kind of side with the magical people and kind of get Thea the way it was before the calamity, or are you kind of on board with the whole humans should be allowed to rule the world and manifest their own destiny kind of thing? I think. Things could change. We'll see. All right, so there is a cosmic tree, but there's also a tower of some sort. Oh, yes, there it is. Place to see. You know what would be nice is a really big zoomed out. This is as far as you can zoom out. But this map goes on, look at this, forever. Like, look at, forever. Either put borders on the map, or make it so you can zoom out and see things, because right now it's kind of annoying. And there's another cosmic tree there. So this is the actual tree. So, okay, this is the tower. But there's water here, so we have to kind of walk around to get there. Meanwhile, there are bats in the smithy, which I don't really care about. The spider's nest are pretty tough. Hungry unliving. How are we doing with supplies? Oh, we still have plenty of vegetables. And it looks like we're eating our mushrooms too. Alright, we're cool. Right now we're up to a bonus of +1 to shielding and dexterity. That's great. It'd be nice to have +1 movement. But we would need another food type for that. Alright, let's go check out this tower, I guess. You could gather fish and seaweed. Someone told me in the comments that they like to spend the whole nighttime gathering. Even though it says daytime. Oh, we gained a level again. So we seem to be gaining levels quite fast, while at the same time we seem to be gaining research levels quite slowly. Carl has become better at crafting, which is useless for him. Matthews is stronger, Amara has better tactician, Lion is stronger, and Artanis and Hannah have gained health. Arcanus is better at will, which is, again, kind of useless. Kalia is better at crafting, which is pretty useless. Nazoth is better at speech, which is great, except he's also our best crafter, so the last thing I want is to put him on the away team for speech checks, because if he dies, then we're at our best crafter. Jeremiah's and Wherein have gained will, and Connor has gained a bit of shielding. Alright. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's just camp out overnight. And we'll have Carl pick up fish. Artanis and Matthews and Amara and Hannah and Lion will pick up seaweed. And we'll do that throughout the night. Alright, we have finally gained a research level. So now we can either pick up a new object to gather, or we can learn a new building to construct, like for example a watchtower or a well. Or we can learn how to craft something new. In this case, something that would be very helpful for us, I believe, would be light armor, because we could use our scaled leather to produce some good stuff for our away team. Honestly, I'd want to get a gathering item first and then go to the armor, but considering how slow research is going in this, I don't know, man. Like, if I unlock a new thing to craft, then I can gain more research by crafting it. I think the amount of research you gain is dependent on how often you craft something. So if I were to craft, like, say, 2 things of the same type, I would get less experience than if I were to craft something for the first time. Spider silk and rope. I mean, if I were to get a gathering material at this point, it would likely be elven wood. Elven wood also adds attractiveness when you make items with it. So if you make like a club with elven wood, I think it improves your attractiveness. Let's do it. We also gain 5 elven wood from doing that. And we've spotted the resource. Let's see where. All the way up here. However, if we bring our party up here, we can get bones, we can get leather, we can get nuts, and elven wood at the same time. And guys, this is not what nuts look like. This looks like fruit. There's also grain. And there's more elven wood down here. We could get elven wood and meat at the same time, I suppose. Alright, so now Nazoth needs something else to do. Well, first things first, let's give the gathering tools to somebody. Let's see, Wherein? Yes. You are a gatherer, so it makes sense that you should have gathering tools. And these are good tools. These will... Whoa, what? Oh. Alright, Wherein. Sorry, buddy. No shield for you. You can get gathering tools. Gives you +2. So now you're at 5 gathering, which isn't that great, actually. Which means Connor gets a shield. And I'm not going to give Connor the flashy scepter, though. Someone who's been out in the field and has proven themselves will get that instead. Alright, so then, what are you going to produce for me here? If we use string as a catalyst and the scaled leather, we can build a reptile vest, which will improve armor by 4 and shielding by 1. If we use regular leather instead of scaled leather, it will lower the armor by 1. If we use amber, it will do the same. If we use string, it will do the same. Okay, so regardless of what we use here, the only thing that will actually yield a benefit is scaled leather. But this is just basic clothes, and it doesn't improve our strength, which is the whole point of scaled leather, but you need the light armor skill in order to do that. Let's see what topaz does instead of amber. Nothing. Still armor 4. And we have even less of that than we do scaled leather. Alright, I'm just going to craft this just to craft it. I'll throw it on a villager. Alright, so I don't even have to use scaled leather. The scaled leather just hurts you in this instance because it gives you shielding instead of dexterity. And for a villager, yeah, we'll just use regular leather, which is more plentiful. And we'll make a leather shirt out of it. It's fine. Alright. Westward hose. Night's almost over. Actually, not really. It's like midnight. Making your way through the woodlands, you hear the cries of a child. Investigate. You get in closer and see a young girl, maybe 10 years old, huddled among the bushes, surrounded by growling wolves. When the wolves smell you, they howl and run off. Let's check and see if the girl is okay. The child gets up and walks over to you. She is wearing a long, rusty red coat and has 2 thick plates sticking out from under a hood. Thank you, strangers. But now you must go and save my grandma. Oh, please go and save her. Okay, we can take the child. We could say, hold on, what are you talking about? Or we could say, just calm down, tell me what happened here. Okay, just calm down, tell us what happened. My granny, she lives far in the woods. I was there and the wolves came and she told me to run. But now you must go and save her. Alright, we're good guys. This might be a mistake, but let's investigate. The girl leads you to a solitary hut deep within these dark woods. An older woman appears at the door before you even knock. There are no signs of fighting or wolves, although you do see wolf tracks leading in and out of the place. The woman speaks. Keep your distance. I dislike people and the feeling proves mutual on most occasions. Did my unwavering grandchild lead you here? Yes, she said you were in trouble. You turn to point at the girl, but notice she is gone. The woman frowns and shakes her head. Stupid child, so stubborn, so wild. You should leave here, for I cannot hold myself calm this night. Suddenly, you're very aware of the red full moon shining above your heads. Okay, I believe this woman is going to turn into a werewolf. The question is, do we stick around and maybe fight it out, or do we run? And I think you know me enough, folks, to know what I'm going to do. The old woman grabs her stomach in a sudden convulsion of pain. When she straightens again, her face is twisted, and when she speaks, it is through a tightened jaw. She is away, of course, the sniveling, cowardly pup that she is. She'll bring me gifts every full moon. She'll torment me, never let me stow away the beast. But she never stays. But she never stays, afraid of my true anger. I was the one who killed her parents, not intentionally. Nevertheless, they followed me and died, and the child does not forgive. Uh-oh. So the little girl is kind of a bad little lady. What gifts does she bring you? Why, you, of course. You are my sick gifts. Every full moon I locked myself here, warded against me leaving the circle. But she will not let me be. I am an ancient beast, a huntress of night, a werewolf if you must know. But I have sworn off killing and bloodshed. Yet my primal urges cannot be tamed at full moon. Only here can I stay safe. But when she brings me people... Okay, we can attack her, but she will absolutely wreck us, I'm pretty sure, because she has 4 skulls, which is really bad. Alright, let's try to get through this diplomatically. Alright, and yet here we stand, not eaten. Why? I prepared myself this time. I brought silver and elderflower cordial, and it slows my transformation. It pains me beyond words, and I cannot ever do it myself. Yet, something needs doing. My pup will only grow wilder and more bloodthirsty. You must hunt her down and kill her. I will even give you an amulet, so you can track her easier. Just please, do it quick. Okay. Alright. We can agree to her request to go murder her daughter. We can attack her, which again will likely lead to us getting wrecked. Or we can say, no, we will not do this. Surely there is another way. Let's see if there is another way. There is none, and time is running short now. You will do as you like, but leave now. Okay, we can leave, and nothing will happen. We do have an unavailable option, which sucks. Or we can offer to kill the girl. Well, you know what? Thea is a tough place. And this girl, we tried to help her. We thought she was being attacked by wolves. and she led us to our deaths out of mischievousness and probably evil. So you know what? I think she has something coming to her. The woman nods, and tears run down her cheek as she hands you a small ivory amulet with an arrow always pointing in one direction. Here is the amulet and my blessing upon you. Now go, for I feel my change coming, and you must not stay here. So everyone in the party gained the bless of dexterity and the knowledge of traps. All right, 2 skulls for hunting, 3 skulls to attack the girl. Let's hunt. Okay, it's a challenge. Interesting. Interesting. So Carl is our best hunter person. His attack is 11 here. Lion is a good damage soaker, as would be her. But we can't risk reshuffling, because honestly, Carl is the only one here who can do any damage. I mean, 2 is nothing. So we need Carl for this one. And we get the first attack, so it's going to be Carl. Okay. So we have some options here. We can counter tactic. We can shield Carl. 3, 3, and 3. We can support Carl, which will give him a bit more attack. Counter offense won't work. There's only a tactical card left. Alright, so of these 3, who's the most worthless? They both have Confuse at 2. They all have Counter Tactic at 3. They all have Counter Offense at 1. She can support. She can only get closer. Which might be useful, actually. Shield at 3. Alright. Let's Confuse. No, I'm sorry. Let's Counter Tactic. And let's Confuse. Oh, okay, we can't do that. Alright, so let's shield him. And then let's bring her out. Followed by Artanis. Followed by Lion. Okay, here we go. Alright, Carl. Carl just makes it happen. Carl is proving his worth in more ways than one in this expedition. Okay, you track down the girl and her fledgling pack of wolves. You are able to shoot them down before they even realize they've been spotted. The girl's body is half turned into a wolf, but you still see the scared face of a child looking at you. You find a precious ruby necklace on her, with a drawing of her and an older woman inside. You have acquired Creepy Doll, 7 rubies, and some dragon scale armor. Ooh, I love it. This is good stuff. I wonder what would have happened if we would have just fought it out. Maybe we would have gotten better treasure. I know in the comments people have said that when you get out of fights by using other means like speech or hunting or stealth, that you don't get as much loot afterwards. However, I'm quite pleased with this loot, and I'm quite pleased that we did not die or get seriously wounded. So, we are, however, unfortunately out of time. So, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am Marcus Aurelius, and this is Thea the Awakening. And we just murdered a child, but in our defense, she was a werewolf, and she was really kind of mean, and she led us to our deaths, which... well, it's just karma. Let's just say it's karma, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.